Yes, and Lemo, we like to think we're nice and unbiased here in the media.
Oh, without a doubt, Bridget.
104.3. So yesterday we spoke to the opposition leader, Daniel Andrews. Today we're thrilled to welcome into the studio the Premier, Denis Napthine, and his son, Tom.
Hello. Welcome in. Welcome.
Tom's been the star of the campaign.
Tom has done some magnificent work this campaign. And, Tom, can we ask you on a serious note as we get out of the blocks, how do you cope as the son of the current Premier and you're going into a campaign? You do read a bit of negative stuff in the press, and I'm sure, Premier, it runs off it's like water off a duck's back to you. But as the son, does it sometimes get under your skin? Does it hurt you sometimes?
It doesn't really bother me. I think
Tom writes most of it.
Some of those complaint letters. He's got 20 aliases.
No, my complaint letters are about, Dad, get out of the sheep pen, put your clothes back on, get off the skateboard at the skate park, please. You're not doing me any favours with the dad jokes.
Oh, good. You've got the right attitude anyway. Yes. Now, we're going to warn you, Premier, which we did yesterday as well, is we have we're not here for political spin today. We just want to keep things moving. So if you hear this noise, it is time to move on to the next question.
That's the same noise I make.
We'll make that perfectly clear. Now, I believe John Howard is joining you today on the campaign trail. Why not Tony Abbott?
John Howard's joining me this afternoon. Tony Abbott's actually in Parliament, federal Parliament, sitting this week, so that's why he's in Canberra. John Howard is certainly one of the great leaders of our time. He certainly knows about financial management, knows how to grow jobs and the economy, and I'm pleased to have John Howard supporting me as we do exactly the same here in Victoria. Good economic management as the basis for growing jobs, building the infrastructure and the schools and hospitals we need.
How does that work technically? Do you ring John Howard and say, hey, have you got a spare couple of days up your sleeve? Or does he ring you and say, oh, just sitting on my hands, can I come down and help out?
Well, John Howard actually contacted us. I think he's down in Melbourne for a book signing, and he said that he had some time available and could he assist in the campaign.
Any other old Liberal leaders hanging around?
No, there's not too many, because actually in Victoria over the last 30 years, I think Labor's been in office for over 2/3 of it. So, when people say, why is the state, with our schools and things like that, Labor's been in government for 11 out of the last 15 years.
And I think Malcolm Fraser has edged across to the left of politics in recent times as well. So.
Malcolm can look after his camellias.
Now, going into the campaign, Premier, what do you see? People have to vote on Saturday. There are a lot of people listening who haven't made up their minds yet. They're not sure about, the future of the state. What do you see as the biggest issue for Victoria coming into Saturday?
The biggest issue is economic management. Labor don't seem to worry about running up debts and deficits. What we want is good economic management, maintain our AAA rating, because if you run your money well, then you can build the schools and hospitals we need, the services we need, and build the infrastructure we need, like the East-West link, like the Melbourne rail link, the airport rail link. So good economic management is the basis for building infrastructure and delivering services.
Now, I know often people say we don't care about the polls, but if the polls are to be believed, you would be coming in behind Daniel Andrews at this stage. Now, it's Wednesday?
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah. How are you feeling with
Well,
that?
Wednesday before the election in 2010, we were behind in the polls as well. So, 1999, 3 days before the election, Jeff Kennett was going to win in a landslide. So, the polls jump around and the results are often quite different. I'm reasonably confident on the ground that when people actually go to put their number in the ballot box, they'll know that the Liberal Party is a party you vote for if you want good economic management, if you want stable government, if you want a government that provides the services and infrastructure you need, vote Liberal.
And, let's check in with your son, Tom. Who are you voting for on Saturday? Tom, I know it's rude to ask people who they're voting for, but...
I'll definitely be voting for Dad. And I might be a little biased when I say
Really?
it, but when we say Dad's behind the polls, Dad isn't behind the polls. He's the preferred Premier by a good rank. So,
he is winning that particular vote at the moment.
I would like to know too, Mrs. Andrews made cake for the people, the media the other day. What about Peggy? Is she cooking us up something today?
Oh, well, we brought you some nice cupcakes.
Cupcakes,
Party cupcakes this morning. Vote one Liberal cupcakes.
There we go. Give us a look there, Duckers.
And we had bought some beautiful vanilla slices for the media in Ballarat.
Okay. Because really, the way to a person's vote is through their stomach.
There is one missing.
There's one missing. One missing.
Tom?
A bit hungry on the way in.
Very nice. Now, Premier, on the we've been counting the kissing babies, and we believe you're just behind at the moment on the baby kissing count. Although we did notice there was an elderly English tourist that you managed to get to during the campaign.
On Puffing Billy, she was very excited to meet the Premier of Victoria.
She got to you. She whopped a big one on the lips, didn't she?
She was certainly very attracted to my policies.
There's a little spillage on that front as well. We were at the Ballarat Cap on Saturday, and I had a hens party come up and want to give me a kiss on the cheek.
Hey. Hello.
I was very happy about that.
That'd be a good way to pick up chicks, actually, Tom.
Does it work for you, Tom? My dad's the Premier of the state.
We'll give it a try. I've just been dumped by my girlfriend.
Hang on. She's out of.
See, some people get little black Labradors to attract people, but you've got your Premier father. Now, what about Jeff Kennett? On a serious note, for a minute, Premier, he has been he's given you a report card today, which isn't terribly flattering.
8 out of 25.
Whoa! Well,
mind you, he gave Daniel Andrews 5 out of 25.
Well, Jeff Kennett is Jeff Kennett. Everybody knows Jeff, but Jeff knows what it's like to inherit a state that's bankrupt, and that's the real risk if Labor's elected. That their $33 billion worth of unfunded, uncosted policies will send Victoria bankrupt. People simply can't afford to send the state bankrupt. Labor don't know how to manage money, and they don't care about sending the state bankrupt. And if you haven't got good financial management and you can't deliver the services people need, you can't deliver the East-West link, you can't deliver the airport railing, you can't deliver the things people need if you're bankrupt.
And on a personal note, one of your ads has your face. Sorry, not one of your ads. One of their ads has your face moulding into Tony Abbott's. How does that make you feel?
Well, I think it improves Tony Abbott significantly. I think Tony will be funding that ad in future to get a bit of my charisma and a bit of my good looks and charm taking over his face.
Yeah, Tony's never looked so good.
No. All right, well, thank you. In fact, we didn't even have to use the order except for poor Tom being dumped by his girlfriend.
Exactly.
Premier Napthine, thank you very much for joining us. Tom, thank you very much, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.